Okay, stop reinventing yourself and start being yourself. Oh my days, I have a story for you. I mean, I just have like something that has been in my heart, in my brain to tell people for a long time. What I notice is this content that is so popular called like reinventing yourself. Definitely like it girls having like a whole vision board of things they want to achieve this year. By the way, nothing wrong with that. I did that as well. I do that as well. Making vision boards, what your plan is for the year. Please be structured. Please be goal oriented. But I want to point something out that gets like under the radar if you don't really pay attention and if you don't do enough self reflection, is where you feel the one reason is where you make why people make vision boards and why that type of content is popular is because people want structure in their life and success, but also they believe that that always has to come with like a whole new persona. I've been training myself. I can tell when someone is wearing a mask, but nowadays it's cool to have like a multiple mask, multiple personalities. You're like even funny and even relatable nowadays. There are definitely memes about this, about like, yo, I'm so relatable because I have a lot of personalities. You don't know which one you're meeting, by the way, depends on la, la, la. It's funny, but it's also reveals kind of something deep about you, if you think like that. If you feel like, yeah, my personality depends on if I want to reinvent myself, yes or not. It's your character that stays consistent. But people, this is also what I'm doing right now. We have made personality an aesthetic where we now feel like our character has to also fit in like a personality box. But did you know that your character and your personality are completely different things? Oh my days. And I also, oh my days, it's so deeply ingrained that I know what I want to say, but even I feel like nowadays with like talking to people and using your social media and slang, sometimes you subconsciously confuse like your character, who you are. Okay, you didn't choose who you are. It's just this, like, you are born like this, this sort of DNA. That's you. Your personality, of course, that changes every single day. Like for some people it changes every hour. One day you like games, one day you're like emo, one day you're like, very I don't know. But yeah, your personality is the one that changes a lot. Okay, that's the one that, like, it's marketable. That's the one that's being, you can market it. But your character, please don't forget that your character is consistent, And what I also noticed with myself is like like so everyone else had a profile, I mean like a social profile, like your Instagram or something. If you would like view my Instagram from like 2016 or something, you would, what I heard as well, and how I was also categorizing and projecting myself is as like this Instagram baddie, which I'm not judging myself. It's just an era. Hoops, earrings, just crop tops, very sporty. And like now, I don't wear like that. I don't wear that aesthetic. I don't wear bicycle shorts, and very micro trendy things. But for the longest time, I feel like some sort of shame or like some sort of vibe of me, like that went away. But that didn't went away. That personality type of Janet is just not here anymore. That version of Janet is not there. We're now in this version of Janet. But what I needed to tell myself is that, yeah, you changed, as in the things you like, the clothes you wear, the vibe people describe you as. But what never changed, what also for you never changed, was your character. And for the time, I always felt like when I switch it up, my whole character has to change, or my character did change. But your character it's hard to believe, but your character can really not change. Also, I feel even then with like this genetology, by the way, but I also feel like with like traumatic events, very traumatic events, it also still peels off the layer of your personality, you know, due to things, events in your life. You can switch up, as in, become maybe more shielded or depressed, or, those things, but that still doesn't affect your character. Do you get me? Because if you watch movies, by the way, you always see like the protagonist that goes through a traumatic event, their personality change. Maybe once they were like the bubbly girl, and then like their dad gets killed or something, very traumatic event. Then that same bubbly girl um goes and forms this personality archetype of someone that's very close, very shy, very vulnerable and sad, and very depressed and down, low vibrational. But that is their personality still that changed, but not their character. Because what I like in those movies most of the time is that the people who were with them before the traumatic event, only they could really tell that their character never changed. I feel like humans, their character, it doesn't matter how, do you see this? Is this even the right? Yeah, because like this is the person, and the personality, you cannot see this right now, but the personality can always change, it moves. But your chart but your character is, for example, like this. It cannot change. It's like just the foundation of a human being. I don't know if this description is really helping. I had to I had to put out my flip chart. I have a whole flip chart board, by the way. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring it out right now, but I like illustrating things. But the people close to you can, and you yourself, by the way, is your intuition that knows that this is like the foundational stamp version of Janet, that like I believe in a God, that God wanted in this world. God wanted you in this world with this specific character. What you go through to life is normal. You age. People say it like all the time. You age. You change again things you like, where you go to school with. But again, your character, who you were purposed to be, that stuff don't change. Please keep that in your head, okay? I really feel like this helps with feeling less bad about yourself. It helps with less comparison. It helps with like not again morphing this idea of an aesthetic and a vision board it girl era that is being promoted. Looks very trendy, of course, for the for you pages, but it also made subconsciously definitely some women feel like that their character can be commercialized, that their character is like an aesthetic. No, your character is who you are. It's set in place. Your personality, you can do curly hair, you can love whatever, Brad's doll. Again, that's very diverse. It can switch up anytime. And it's fun to switch it up, it's fun to switch it up. But yeah, this video I wanted to point out the difference with your personality and your character. Okay? God bless.